I mean, I actually thought they were going to pull it off yesterday.
I did too.
Runners on second and third. JP bunts them over. They're on second and third. Here comes Julio. And then I had just the oddest feeling, and I know it's been a conversation, the morning guys talked about it. I'm not sure if Bump and Curtis talked about it, but he comes up there, and I just didn't really have any confidence that he was going to do anything. I just, not meaning to rip on him, it's just kind of who he's been this year, to the point that you look at his close and late stats, a game that's seventh inning beyond within one run. He's been hitting like 169 or something like that. I mean, he's just not been clutch really at all this season. And it speaks to the whole lineup being up and down and very inconsistent. But it was just kind of a weird feeling, like, all right, JP, and then here comes Julio. And I was just kind of like, oh, like I just didn't expect it. I just didn't have that anticipation that I had last year for him, that, all right, he's going to do something. He's going to pull it off here. It's a weird sort of phenomenon right now. And it's not that I think he's going to be this guy forever, but I think his play has just kind of brought that feeling on. I don't know how you felt when he stepped up to the plate, but I was just kind of like, he's going to pop it up or ground out or strike out. It's not going to happen here.
Yeah, and then he chases. So, I mean, when I was asking you about this before, I think Luke Arkins had tweeted this out. Was it last week? Something about Julio's chase rate and whiff rate and all that stuff, and was looking at that on the advanced metrics. Strikeouts, he's 22 percentile. Chase rate, 16. I mean, bad. And so, I heard you talking about possibly, JP coming up. Like, that's kind of your clutch guy right now. Maybe.
Yeah, him and Mike Ford.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just, I don't know how much confidence you really have in anybody else. They're going to do it. Just that feeling. Doesn't mean it happens, but there are just certain guys you feel like, okay, good. So-and-so's up there. You just have a different level of confidence, and it's weird not to feel that way when Julio's up at the plate.
Yeah, and he just seems very undisciplined. I don't think it's like he's just having a bad year. I think it's that, he's chasing stuff, and I don't know. I mean, I don't know what they're telling him, after. Do you need to sit him down? Because we talked about it a few weeks ago about, a kind of a lack of discipline at the plate. And, he just kind of, and he has that kind of loose, attitude, so you don't ever worry about him, up there with a constipated look on his face or anything like that. But he, right now, is just, it just seems like the numbers say he's chasing bad pitches. And for that to end that way, it was, I'm kind of with you. I'm like, I don't really have that feeling with Julio anymore.
Yeah. 509 saying trade Julio. He's a one-season wonder. All right. Let's calm down a little bit here.
That's not where we were going with that.
Yeah. I'm disappointed as well. My expectations have changed based on his season. Does that mean I believe he's a fluke, that they got duped by a great season? No. I think he's a tremendous talent. And I think he's a 22-year-old who's feeling the pressure of being the face of that franchise. And he gets that whole stadium chanting his name, and he knows the expectation there. He's a young guy who's trying to figure it out. So, and I think he will. But if we're just being honest about when a guy steps into the box, the level of confidence you have, I don't have the confidence in him that I did. It's just based on his season. It's not based on, I think he's a one-season wonder or whatever. That's a little. I mean, if that's what you think, okay, help yourself. But I'm not there with you on that one. And Scott talking about this. And I think everybody sees it. He's up there pressing. He's trying to be the guy to come up and be the hero and come up with the big hit, come up with the big home run. And Scott Service talking about that.
I think at times, it's not just Julio, but a lot of young players, you want to be the guy. You want to, he wants so much for our team to move forward. And, he's grinding. He's trying. And sometimes, you try a little too hard in those spots. I thought, what Teo did the other night, he went up to the bat. And again, Teo's got many more years, many more at-bats than some of our younger guys, but very definite, clear plan. He's going to take it the other way and go from there. And, our players will learn that, the younger guys. The more experience they get, that's part of maturing, in this league, because they are going to pitch you a certain way. But, just wasn't able to get it done today.
That kind of puts it in a little bit better perspective, that, and like what you said, you come up to bat, you're still a very young guy, and you have the entire stadium counting on you, right? Everybody's chanting your name, and you're supposed to be the guy. You just got the huge contract, and, so, I mean, I guess you could look at it like, okay, he's being irresponsible. He's, he needs to tighten it up and things like that, but, I almost can't help it. for him to feel that way. I mean, after what you've been paid and what everybody, like you said, chanting your name, I mean, that to me, probably that's part of the deal there. And so to listen to Scott say, hey, look, this guy just needs to find it, needs to calm down a little bit, makes me feel a little bit better because, when you see that, especially the chase part of it is just, it's very frustrating. And you think, oh man, is this guy going to turn out to be, like a irresponsible bad guy on the team? No, man. I mean, he's an unbelievable talent. By the way, right after that text that you read that we need to trade him because he's no good.